second class message is from Amber Bagliero, a graduate of the part-time class.
Yeah. Go Amber.
That's cool.
Good evening, faculty, instructors, family, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. When you think about it, all of us started in pretty much the same place. Before the uniforms, before clinicals, before the exams, before long nights of studying, and certainly before we could call ourselves graduates, there was an open house. We walked through those doors, not knowing exactly what the future held. We listened. We asked questions. We learned about the program and everything that would be expected of us. And somewhere during that process, each of us pictured ourselves here. Then came the next steps: the application, the requirements, the dreaded TEAS test, the waiting, and probably checking more than once to see if we had heard anything. We hoped we would get accepted, and we dreamt about that. Even before our first day of class, we dreamt about this day, graduation. At the time, it probably seemed so far away. There were so many things standing between us and this moment that it was difficult to imagine actually reaching it. Then one day, we got the news we had been hoping for. We were accepted, and suddenly the dream became real. Of course, we quickly learned that getting into nursing school and getting through nursing school are two very different accomplishments. Once we got here, reality set in. There were early mornings and late nights. There were lectures, assignments, skills, clinical rotations, medications to learn, exams to prepare for, and probably more than a few moments of staring at a question and wondering how every answer could somehow look correct. There were stressful days. There were exhausting days. There were days when graduation seemed close enough to touch, and others when it felt a million miles away. Tonight isn't only about overcoming nursing school. It's about everything we had to overcome while we were in nursing school. Every person sitting here has a life outside of the classroom. Some of us were working while going to school. Some were raising children or taking care of family members. Some experienced financial struggles. Some dealt with childbirth, loss, tragedy, disappointment, or uncertainty. There were days when simply showing up was an accomplishment, but we showed up. The people sitting here today are not the same people who walked into that open house, or our very first day of class when this moment seemed so far away. This program taught us how to become nurses, but it also taught us something about ourselves. It taught us resilience. It taught us responsibility. It taught us teamwork. It taught us how to keep moving forward when things became difficult. And most importantly, it taught us what it truly means to care for another human being. Nursing isn't simply knowing how to administer medication, take vital signs, perform an assessment, or document patient care. Those things are incredibly important. But nursing is also about recognizing that the person lying in that bed is more than a diagnosis, a room number, or another name on our assignment. That person is someone's mother, someone's father, someone's husband or wife, someone's son or daughter, someone's best friend. Sometimes we will meet that person on one of the most frightening, painful, or uncertain days of their life. We may not always be able to change what is happening to them, but we can always change how they experience it. Sometimes nursing means providing treatment. Sometimes it means advocating for someone who doesn't feel like they have a voice. Sometimes it means sitting beside someone, holding their hand, listening to them, or simply reminding them that they aren't alone. Those moments may never appear in a medical chart, but they can stay with the patient forever. That is the responsibility and the privilege we accept when we become nurses. Tonight also belongs to the people who helped us reach this moment. To our instructors, thank you for challenging us, teaching us, correcting us, encouraging us, and preparing us for the responsibility ahead. Thank you for answering our questions, even when the answer was, what do you think? We may not have appreciated that answer at the time. Let's be honest, we really didn't appreciate that answer at the time. But now we understand why you asked. You were teaching us to think like nurses. To our families, friends, and everyone who supported us, thank you for understanding the missed events, the late waiting, the stress, and all the times nursing school seemed to take over our lives. Thank you for being our unofficial patients when we needed to practice blood pressures and lung sounds. And lastly, to my classmates, today we finally get to say something we have waiting for a very long time to say. We made it. We made it through the exams, the clinicals, the sim labs, the studying, the early mornings, and the late nights. We survived nursing exams with all 4 answers seeming correct, but somehow we were expected to know which answer was the most correct. We learned that select all that applies just might be the most terrifying words in the English language. And we discovered there is no confidence quite like walking out of an exam thinking, I absolutely trust that, only to immediately hear your classmates discussing completely different answers. We began this journey as individuals with different stories, different challenges, and different reasons for wanting to become nurses. Tonight, we will be connected by something we will always share. We know what it took to get here. Every exam, every clinical, every mistake we learn from, every success, every difficult day when we chose to come back the next morning or evening, every instructor who challenged us, every classmate who encouraged us, every family member or friend who told us, you got this, when we weren't completely sure that we did. We carry all of that with us. Our lives and careers will take us in completely different directions. But wherever we go, I hope we never lose the compassion that brought us into this profession. Let us be the nurses who listen, the nurses who advocate and treat every patient with dignity and respect, the nurses who remember that the person in the bed is someone's loved one, and let us be the nurses who remember where we started. Because tonight isn't the finish line. Tonight is proof that when life became difficult, we didn't quit. We adapted, we learned, we grew, we overcame, and somehow we survived select all that applied. So tonight, celebrate this moment. Look around at the people sitting beside you and realize what we accomplished together. Be proud of the long nights and the sacrifices. Be proud of the challenges you overcame. Laugh about the moments when nurses will drove us completely crazy. And most importantly, be proud of the person and the nurse you have become through it all. The diploma we receive today represents everything we accomplished to get here, but it also represents everything that is still possible. This chapter of our lives may close, but tomorrow another opens. There will be new challenges, new lessons, new patience, and new opportunities to make a difference. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives, and I can proudly say, we are ready. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. Let's do this.
Yeah! Yeah!
I can barely hear you over the crying